Hello, everyone. This is me, Jason Zacup, or Jason Gibson, if we want to go by the film, and welcome to the director's commentary of my film, the entity that doesn't smile. Um, I decided because this is now the 1 year anniversary of the film, do something a little special. Why not just do something like to celebrate it? Why didn't I do this when the film came out? I don't know. I decided to before starting the video to do the intro because right from the beginning I have a lot to say about the film, so I figured doing the intro first and then getting into the film would be the best way to do so. God, I can't fucking speak already. We haven't even started talking about the movie. Um, yeah, that's all I have to say. So let's just get into the actual commentary. Oh yeah, I remember. I used for this audio you hear is from one of Alex's short films. I think it was a I don't remember the name, but it was like a premise about like Alex was constantly just stuck in a fucking like time loop, like from like an '80s sitcom for some reason. Also, this was my old room, and I filmed this on an iPhone. I decided to film this on an iPhone because, for one, this is kind of a last minute decision. This was like pretty late into the editing, and two, I thought it was like an interesting contrast. And wow, you really cannot hear that fucking TV at all. I should have upped that audio. Yeah, but just to give it a little contrast compared to everything else, which was filmed on a camera, to like make it feel like this is actually just like a person who just witnessed this on a TV. Why did I not shut off that fan? That would have made it so much better. Yeah, I don't know why I could have done that a way better. I don't know why I filmed it like that. And here is the first person you see, besides yours truly, but in terms of like actual people you see, here's the first one. Alex Hennon, a good friend of mine. He is Larry. Shut up. Sorry. Yeah, we decided to make this guy a huge like douchebag vlogger just just to think it would be funny. Also, originally we had sound effects for this whenever he did like the things like oh ooh, for the, like there and a cheering thing for it's our 100th vlog. But we decided to make it more authentic. I decided to make it more authentic. I don't know why I'm putting a we, but I thought it would be really, really funny just to have like no sound effects at all, just to kind of give it a more like lame look. And Alex, he's just naturally charismatic here, so it just makes it makes it so more just goofy as hell. Alex, he told me he recently watched this, and it was just like really, really. He really did not like it at all. He really did not like his acting at all. Not like the acting here is like getting some Oscars or anything. And look at him, it's Mr. Declan. This is Declan, who is playing Zach.
You're lucky I like you.
That was an ad lib right there from Mr. Henna himself. He thought it'd be really cool to just have like a little contrast, just show a more toxic vibe.
Yep, you know me.
And this dialogue was improvised, but I thought this would be really cool to add, just to have like a little bit, just show them more realistic that they're friends. I really suck at this commentary thing. This is also just a small thing of them him just like hiding just sneaking at the camera. I thought it'd be really funny.
Maybe something came up?
No, I doubt it knowing him. I'm gonna check in the back, see he's getting ready.
Okay.
Man, I love you, Declan. You deliver some lines kind of goofy here, but oh, I didn't realize I
Well, Look who it is.
Okay, never mind. I just forgot what the scene was.
Scare me. It is Halloween after all, fellas.
Now, this was a good way to get past the whole reflections of this, because also that was a sound effect right there. We had to like add that in because you could not hear the phone at all. And here is a little thing. That's the first sensor you see. Originally, the take didn't end there. It was like a one take. There was a lot of like one takes in this. There's barely any editing. Okay, this is really hard to explain. Anya's address, because we filmed this at our house, appeared on screen, and I didn't realize until the film was over, so I had to delete the video and then like edit it to censor it. So that's kind of why there's that weird censorship there. This film just goes by fast, so it's kind of hard. This originally was meant to be stationary. You were not supposed to hear the white noise of the car moving or like the trees on there. But Declan, he's really, really generous, so he decided, hey, it's fine, we can drive in there. And I'm like, I'm gonna waste your fucking money, no. And yeah. I also really love this shot. Because it feels more like realistic that he just forgot to turn off the camera for there. Excuse me. Yeah, what a... Especially since, like, the focus is on, like, that fucking seat and not everyone else. Like, you can't even see the fucking sky because it's so bright. And... there he is. Now this, I should have mentioned this during the first shot, but we filmed this at Charlie's house. It was me, Alex, Charlie, and Kane, and the lamp is mine. I still have the lamp, although I broke the green lamp, so now it's blue. Honestly, it's probably better that it wasn't blue, because I think green just works better. It gives it a more weird look. Plus, I like the lighting here. I made that missing poster. It was really fucking hard to, like, make it. I don't even know if it looks that good, but, man, he looks like an alien in that. But I just kind of went the best I could. Now, this was the hardest part of the shot, just getting it in focus. Okay, maybe we didn't need that movement. Now, I kind of felt like I should have, like, added some... Oh, wait, I feel like I did have sound effects. Now this, I'm pretty sure is played a little bit... yeah, this is played a little bit of fast forward, but just because it went on for a bit longer than I expected to, and I just felt like speeding it up a little bit would have helped the pace. That way you weren't just watching a guy just mentally trying to have the capabilities of opening a door for like 20 seconds. Okay, now admittedly, this part right here, I was kind of going for a more of a spectacle compared to like it making sense at all. Like, objectively, this shot shouldn't be in here, and this shot coming up shouldn't be in here, but I kind of... okay, not that. But, yeah, that shot. That shouldn't be in here because it makes no sense for it to be recorded at all. But I kind of went for a more spectacle moment in here just to kind of show, like, hey, look at Larry getting possessed, all that, you know? Also, I like the shot. Charlie, whenever I did the shot, he was like, dude, you're gonna want a fucking Emmy for this shit. I'm like, okay, calm down. Oh, you're goofy, Charlie, if you're watching this. And nothing against you, you're just a little goofy. Also, the laughing policeman was originally not supposed to be on this for here, but I decided to add it in here because I just thought, I don't know why, I just thought it would be cool to put it here. I should have probably stopped playing the song there just to highlight the ringing. I don't know why I did it like that. The reason the aspect ratio, Jesus Christ, is like this is because I kind of wanted to make it look like more like the camera got moved. Also, you saw another missing poster there. Maybe I should have just put it flat, but... Now, I always loved how I did this. I'm not a great editor by any means, but I always loved doing this, having that shot in, and then just immediately like, boom! Look how dead and like gray everything is. I wanted to particularly highlight like ever since this whole attack that the world has gone to shit, and that's Charlie right there. And and Alex told me the only reason Charlie picked this character is because it had the same last name, which I didn't even think about when I wrote the character name. I just was like, what fits with Gary? Fucking Madden. God. Old, don't live here anymore. That's a little... Oh yeah, I think I had a little bit of color correction in there. Yeah, could have... Oh yeah, that was like a little sneak peek of like of the car. You could even God. Okay, now that I could highlight, because this is a scene with me, I played a detective in this. I didn't mean to play the detective, but the person we originally had, let's just say, there was a lot of complicated stuff. I hope they're doing okay. I don't have a whole lot of strong grudges against that. But yeah, I played a detective here, and also this was originally supposed to be like this was originally supposed to be presented differently, but I'm an idiot, and the way we presented this, and we had Max and I we set up the shot where it was like you saw the shadow of me calling it, but I don't know why I made it so like Max read the lines and not record the recording of Declan and I speaking. So it was horribly out of sync. Like I could not use it even if I wanted to. It was so bad. So we had to kind of go. So I had to go with a more like basic thing. So apologies, Max, for dragging you there for like something that was like legit pointless. Like there is no use of it. But it's goofy. It's a goofy thing. I remember filming for a lot of the voice acting. We also had Max there just because Max, he wants to be a voice actor as a career. At least the last time we like spoke. That's what he told me. So who knows? Maybe it could change. But because he wants to be a voice actor, we had him for a lot of the voice acting just because he can give like better advice and stuff like that. And here is Aiden. That's probably not how you pronounce that name. I suck at pronunciation. I remember I was so like nitpicky about like shooting this scene in particular because like I didn't know if you could see Charlie's address at all, and like listen, I know this is not going to be like some big fucking movie. Like Spielberg probably doesn't even know this thing exists, but I don't want to like dox anyone. I didn't want to be responsible for like some weird, some bullshit evasion shit. Oh yeah. I remember we had to borrow my mom's walkie-talkie. My mom is a fucking trooper for this. She dealt with so much of my bullshit here. She did not have to do that at all, but she did. We used her walkie-talkie. She like drove me everywhere because at the time I didn't have a driver's license. Aiden, he was really nice when filming it. I didn't really know the guy. I just know that he sat next to me during algebra. Or no, it was not algebra. It was personal finance. And I just kind of thought it was pretty interesting to like have like somebody that didn't really fully know. Now, this admittedly, this is another thing looking at it now. I didn't fully really need. You didn't need like. Why am I saying you as if like I'm criticizing another film that isn't mine? But I didn't really need to like add these like black blinds 5 seconds ago. Also, this kind of doesn't make sense that I didn't find the carpet during the first investigation, but I don't know. Maybe it could have been like Larry was sneaking shit around, but it's just like really kind of weird. Like, you didn't find this bloody carpet.
Fine.
The cops, admittedly, are kind of written poorly, like in terms of the script, and it's my own fault. Because besides a cop, someone helping me with a little bit of like how the detective should talk, I did barely any of the. I did all the writing. And why did I not cut the audio from that? What the fuck, Jason? You're such a stupid editor. Why do you film things? That's a picture of my mom right there. Charlie, he was very. It's very nice of him to allow us to film at his house because, like, Jesus Christ, we were doing a lot of running. There was a lot of like fake blood, and we kind of just like dicked around his house. Did you like get this?
Mr. Harrison? I found a book.
I'm sorry, Mr. Harrison.
Johnson written on it.
Susan Johnson? Oh my god. Okay. Once you're done investigating the house, give that book to me, okay?
Alright.
That was a really hard shot to do because we had to make it so like it made sense for him not to see it, and Alex had to like desperately like quickly get it back to the closet before Officer Duncan noticed it. I used a lot of fake blood for this movie. Like, I remember looking up how to do like fake blood and stuff, and it was really it was fun to do. I kind of forgot how to do it now, but it was crazy. But everyone who like helped me film with this, I love how they try to do their own performance. This is also something that doesn't make sense. That in this volume, no one in a walkie-talkie would fucking hear this. Like, I feel like if I got the script, like, did this project now, I would rework a lot of things about the script, which it makes sense. During my high school years, I was kind of doing like fuck a wee ball thing. Man, this basement is a mess.
Police! There's anyone there revealing yourselves immediately?
I had to lower the audio for that because it peaked. It that's the one time it like peaked.
Mr. Harrison, there's someone else here. There is a laptop, and it was not here when I got here. Hello!
Now we originally had this door slamming, but Charlie's dad was like, "I'm gonna give you 3 more fucking takes, and then I'm gonna like fucking, and then I'm not giving you any more. Like, you're gonna be out of the house if you slam my door one more time." And I was like, "Shit!" So we're gonna have to just slowly shut it. It works better for the film too. I kind of like how Larry's just kind of sneaking all over this place. Smile, smile, smile. I remember Aiden. That was kind of a goofy transition, admittedly.
Please tell me you have something
I've been so we shot that after Aiden already left, so that was the last time we had the shot.
Nothing at the house to share with you, but tomorrow we're doing a search party for Larry. Hello?
I don't know why I didn't add a hang up sound effect for that. That could have easily. Now, this was one of the more complicated shots here because it's all done in one take. Because I was kind of being like in that phase where, like, everything has to be one take. Now, the reason there's light there, it's my boy, Tyler! Okay.
How did you know I was here?
The detective said you would be.
Because Charlie's dad was in there, and I could not. It was probably gonna be hard to negotiate just to like turn that off further.
How many times have I lied to again?
It's cool to see Tyler in a film, just because like he's.
Everything.
I think this is like the only film that like it's publicly well known that he's in. He's told me he's wanted to do more acting, but
I'm not going to. No.
Don't talk to an officer like that. You have
Hey,
to put the
how
camera.
am I going to believe you?
I
that
think the
you're
sunglasses
gonna do
were
something
his
about
idea
this,
too.
And this problem is gonna get fixed.
What is that music?
No,
What is that?
that's probably just something downstairs, but that's nothing of concern. Don't.
Well,
No.
Nah.
Don't go down there. No.
I love.
No.
This was admittedly
No,
the
no.
goofiest part of acting. I could not get this to fully work,
No.
too.
Come on, come back up, please. You're gonna get yourself killed down there. Duncan was down here, and he got himself killed.
you're gonna have to get me too then.
Yeah, that's definitely like the
Identify
weakest
yourself.
moment of acting. I definitely could have done a better job with that.
Identify
Just
yourself.
try to explain. I'm not good at explaining myself, which, if I want to be a director, Jesus Christ, I gotta get better at that. But yeah, that's...
Do you recognize me?
Charlie was the one who shut the door there.
Duncan?
And Alex, he was hiding far there. Like, if you look at the far right, just for like a few seconds ago, you could have... that's where he was hiding as Alex and Declan and Tyler were going downstairs. And Alex was just hiding, just snuck out of his way and just sat there. Now, originally this was a whole like photography shooting. Like, we had so many photos here, but I decided, hey, why do all these photos? Let's just use one. So that was another thing where, like, apologies to Alex Declan. We did a lot of photos and I only used one of them. Now, this is admittedly the most like filler segment here because it's just kind of showing a story from Tyler. I can't get him out of my head, boy. Larry's sister, showing how what her and his mom were doing. I cannot fucking doing as Larry was getting murdered, and they kind of explain like who was the phone call there, and yeah, I drew and wrote all of this. This was all me, and you can kind of tell because I'm not a good drawer at all. Because it's just not my thing. I like to draw, but I fucking suck at it. And this is... I remember this was also the filming we did for... this was originally the first thing I filmed for it, but... after the camera I was using turned out to be kind of shit, we used I used a different camera. My teacher, because this was a student project, my teacher, he allowed me to like film with his cameras, and so I decided to use it just to film it using that. And this was also the same thing where we tried to get that shot of like the phone call between me and Declan, which again fucking sucked. It did not work at all. And yeah, this is definitely the most filler one. But I always liked having this little story here to like show like, hey, look what was going on during the middle of this. And I try to add like this subtle detail. I don't know if it was subtle or not. Maybe it was like the most like obvious bullshit ever of the light getting slowly and slowly farther away as the story gets darker and darker. And yeah, this was overall probably the segment that I feel like the people care about the least. Although I haven't really heard a lot of thoughts about it, so who knows? Maybe people are like, this is the best segment in the entire film, but I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it. And it's kind of difficult to like fully talk about it. Here it's back. It's back. Smiles back, baby. The one and if baby, like using a lot of like copyrighted songs here was I don't know if all of them were copyrighted, but it was like really risky because like it's not like I was like trying to like get this shit monetized or anything. This was a student project after all. But yeah, I was like, I wonder if like YouTube's gonna just murder my fucking video because I used a lot of music. I also liked having it very quiet there, just to be like, hey, you could like somewhat hear it, but it's not like the main point. I also liked having for this final one just the camera slowly moving, just to be like, like the detective filming it, just being like, holy dick. And now we are getting close to the final segment. This is where we have... Oh yeah, first we had Mr. Declan. Did I say Mr. Declan? I'm like trying to watch this and commentate at the same time, which is really Max. That is Max. That is not Declan. This is kind of a like prequel, like just setting up before a Larry story, and now thinking about it now, this was kind of a weak way. I don't know if it was like weak or just like could have been more handled. It got really dark by the time we filmed this, so it was kind of hard to see the light. But yeah, that's supposed to be Mr. Pierce, and yeah, think about it now, because I try to have like a little bit of audio of like me saying some like weird ass goofy shit. But like the first half of that is really weird.
Hey guys,
And
welcome back to my vlog.
I remember this shot. This shot was actually a bit more complicated to shoot than you think, because we had my younger brother to say the line that's about like going like, "I'm so fucking sick and tired of you, Sebastian. I swear to God." But
he's a paranormal hunter. He goes around
I'm stopping my fingers a lot. Because my younger brother's never like hold the camera, so we kind of had to have my younger brother behind Alex as we were shooting the shot, and it's also funny because I was like just hiding in the door for a lot of these like very like complicated shots. So I was just so I wasn't there, just so I could get the shots.
Listen, I know you're not gonna use this take, and I don't feel like doing this again. So please, for the love of God, Sebastian.
Okay, just it's almost done. Just trust me, guys. This is gonna be the most interesting video that you've ever seen in your life. Just stay tuned, because we need to get heading over to Jasmine's house, because how are we gonna see a paranormal creature at Jasmine's house if we are at Jasmine's house?
This is always a great moment. Just that immediate laugh to that just dead face. Caden's really good at having like a resting, just having a really good like bitch face. I really like this shot right here. This was really lucky too, because when I was filming this was not intentional. Obviously you can't predict the weather, but it was just I didn't predict this at all. I also have to make sure they edited this correctly, because in order to get the lighting for here perfectly, the eye is like it was so fucking bright outside. Like it was like you went up to heaven just to see it. And this is where we see now Kane and Anya are a natural couple. They've been a couple for a few years now. So them being cast as this like very dysfunctional couple was really funny to do. Originally, Declan was going to play the role of Sebastian. McCann was just like, it'd be weird if we had somebody, if it was if it wasn't anyone but me. So they both agreed on it.
Excuse me?
Our first year anniversary.
Now, for this argument scene, the first half of this is scripted. This is following the script. During the second half,
I don't have much time. I need to get the interview with your dad done, and then I need to leave after that.
Leave? You just got here, and fine, but we're on thin ice.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What?
yeah, and this was improvised. So I can say this now because this is not a student project anymore. So there was a lot of swearing in this. Like they swore at each other a lot, and then And just the huge cut immediately afterwards. And it's so interesting because like it's only been like a year since I've gotten this whole thing done, but it's such a huge like interesting contrast just to see how you look at a lot of this and be like, wow, what a fucking stupid ass fucking project. I fucking suck at this. Never put me in the film industry.
Is it that hard to just ask for an interview?
Now, he originally said gosh after that, but I thought that was a little goofy, like Napoleon Dynamite. Originally, the shot was supposed to be more further away, but when we shot the further away shot, you could easily see me, and it would have been weird, but it would have been weird to crop it, so we just kind of went with the closer shot.
Hey, Larry. You mind helping me with something?
Admittedly, I probably should have just told him to not look at the camera because it was a bit of a goofy... Man, maybe I shouldn't be a director because I'm so flustered doing this whole commentary thing. This is my first time doing it too, so that doesn't help. I always liked this moment because this was kind of just having photos of Anya's house, and I think this was like while we were filming the argument scene. Maybe I could be wrong, but and the final shot you see in particular is something I've always really loved about this film, even if I have a lot, and because you're your own worst critic, I have a lot of criticisms, but I've always loved this shot coming up. Yeah, there's something about it that I've always just found so, like, mesmerizing in a weird, like, gritty way, because there's a lot of image noise in that photo. We also had Anya screaming a lot for that. All the voice acting was at my mom's workplace when no one was there, just because my house, there was no way in hell you were able to get any peace and quiet. But
Hey guys, welcome back.
Yeah.
Today,
I also really like the way this is lit.
Zach and Larry on our hunt.
Because I always liked having Sebastian, having this person that Larry kind of looked up to. Meanwhile, he's also kind of pathetic as well. That's why I also included him like failing the chair spin at first, just because I don't know. I kind of thought it was like funny.
But the most important part is that oh shoot. Sorry, Jasmine. I forgot to turn my phone off. I turned my phone off last night. And, it was on vibrate. And what?
This is really difficult to do. Well, not difficult, but I originally had the entire clip reversed, but that made the white noise that you hear in the background like way too distracting. So I had to reverse the voice clip. I don't know why I thought I could just just do the entire audio and it'd sound good. But yeah, that was a bit of a weird obstacle for me. Now this was something where originally I had Sebastian carrying a fucking gun. I had him carrying a Glock, but this was a student project for school, and I don't know why I thought I would ever be allowed to allow someone to carry a gun, because you know how schools are with that stuff. And yeah, now I think this might be the most complicated shot in the film, because we had we had like 4 people for this. It was Kane, Anya, Max, and Alex. And the way we had it is, so he runs around. Alex is hiding in the kitchen, is hiding somewhere. I forgot where he was. Anya, as Kane's running, she's hiding in that room. Kane goes over there, and as we're setting this all up, Alex is secretly sneaking his way to put a mat, like a fitness mat that I just had, just so once Anya fell, because we wanted to make it so like Anya actually fell by like the quote unquote swing Kane took at her, it would like feel more real. and we also just didn't want that. Goofy ass sound effect. I should have like paid for like sound effects or like recorded my own. I don't know why I was a fucking idiot and just decided like, hey, let's get like just use like free royal like sound effects bullshit ass. And yeah. Now originally, we had it so the take continue. Anya picked up the camera and like wiped some blood off her face and then followed Larry. But I decided to cut it from there. Man, I remember when I got this, the main criticism I got was that the audio editing was kind of doo-doo cheeks, and now that I'm looking at it, yeah, I definitely could have done a lot better, and that's that. Maybe just not rely so much on voice acting, or just maybe just not edit for any big movies ever. I always liked having... I should have mentioned this, like, now it's, like, very late. I liked having it so throughout this entire film, the entities were very, very different. Anya spoke in reverse. Cade was, like, very fast and mobile. Alex was a fucking lunatic with a machete. Mr. Pierce was just the one who started it. The most normal evil boy. This was admittedly pretty hard to do because I never once did something like this, try to like sync up a scene with another scene before, kind of be like, oh, this happened when that happened. And this is the final thing you see in the film, just him running there. And yeah, and here's some good old Mills Brothers as the credits. Again, another thing I just really wasn't great at with editing. I am not good at editing at all. Like, I edit for my podcast, but that's really not a complicated thing to edit, so I couldn't really, that's probably not right either, like, special effects makeup, that's stupid. Man. This was, okay, admittedly, this is not a great project at all, looking at it. Again, I'm always gonna be my worst critic, but man, this was always so fun to do, and this took so fucking long to do. Like, it took like 3 months to like film the entirety of it, and like 2 months for me to like film all of it. And it's just crazy that we got it made to begin with. Honestly, like I will shit on this constantly because, again, worst critic, but this was always something that will always be something like, we fucking did this. And sometimes I think back on like some stuff that was really messy and like messy about this film, and I'm just thinking like, man, am I just like kind of a messy person to work with? But then I hear about other stories, like other student project stories, and I'm just like, yeah, never mind. No, I'm good. I am good for 100%. And okay, I will admit I do regret something here. We'll see her name come up. Her name come up on the... Is it her? I'm not too sure. Lily Kunbeck. I'm pretty sure that's how you say her name. I'm so fucking terrible at names. She was the one who helped give us a microphone for a good chunk of the recording. I don't know if I was the one who accidentally broke it or not, but it just all of a sudden stopped working. Oh my god, I said sound... Whatever. She was the one, and I just gave her a special thanks compared to anything. Yeah, you'll see her come up right here. I credited my mom because she helped me with a lot. There she is. That's probably not how you say it. And Mr. Mikowski, because he was the one who helped me get into film more. His whole class was about just like film and stuff, and I was like, okay. I was first like, okay, I remember liking film. Let's do this again. And all of a sudden I realized, oh well, yeah, I love movies. I want to do movies. Now, what do I want to do in the future? Not too sure, but at the very least, I wrote, directed, and edited an entire movie, and plenty of other things I did. Man, what a... And, like, it's just so crazy to think about. Like, holy shit, I did this. I did this when nobody was getting paid at all. It's crazy to think about. And that is the end of the director's commentary. Thank you to everyone who's listening. This might have been a really bad director's commentary, but this was my first time ever doing this, so you gotta start somewhere. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.